I am very pleased to have my good friend as my main content in this vlog. To the young ones, he may serve as an inspiration, not for his achievements, but rather for being someone who went after his goals and never gave up. We've been friends for so long, and I admit I admire him for all his success, be it personal, professional, and life goals. No wonder, simply because he has done it through hard work and perseverance. Hello mga precious gems! Our vlog for today is something different. This has something to do with investment and of course your future. I have here with me a very good friend, Mr. Rodney Lantisa, to talk about investment and based on his personal experience. Tama?
Yes.
Okay, so disclaimer po yun. Okay?
Just a little bit of disclaimer. So basically, what information that I'm going to talk about here today, it's based on my
Purely.
own personal experience as an investor.
Okay. So my first question is, how old were you when you start investing?
Actually, I started a bit late. I consider it late because I started at the age of 27.
27.
Yeah, when I was still working in the
Bata pa
Philippines.
naman yun. Bata pa.
Yeah.
So, what was your first investment though?
The first investment I made was actually on life insurance policy. That was when I'm still working in the Philippines or before I moved to Thailand.
Okay. After that life insurance investment, did you make another one?
I made my second investment when I moved to Thailand.
Oh, when was that?
I moved to Thailand in January 2004.
Uh-huh.
So, of course, when I moved here, I was able to earn more, money.
Better than in the Philippines,
Better than in the
right?
Philippines. The second investment is a combination of life insurance policy and an investment. So
Okay.
that's why they call it variable investment.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you please elaborate?
Basically, variable investment is like when you get the policy, so it covers two things. One is it covers a life insurance policy that, if something happens to you in the future, your family or your loved ones will get the benefits. And the other part of the investment is they invest your money, a portion of your contributions or your premium they invest it on the stock market. Yeah.
So it's a win-win, no?
It's a win-win situation,
Okay.
yes.
So pag buhay ka, may makukuha ka. Pagka nawala ka naman,
Your family get
your family will
the
get the
benefits.
benefit. Okay, going back to your first investment, the life insurance.
The life insurance policy.
That is still that active?
Yes, it's still active right now because I still, able to pay it for it. So I continue to.
So you mean
to
you're
pay
still
until
paying
now.
for it
Yes.
until now?
And in fact,
Oh.
I get more, investment on the
Wow!
variable
So
insurance
hindi lang,
policy.
ibig sabihin hindi lang isang variable investment.
Yes, I got, I think, 4 right now.
Oh my God.
Insurance
So,
policy.
my God, so imagine
I
kung
got
gaano-
addicted or something.
Oh, so
It's an
may-
addiction. Something,
imagine
yeah.
kung gaano na siya hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Gano'n na siya ka-secure siguro.
Hindi naman.
Yeah.
Oh. Nag-start ka ng life insurance and then nag-venture ka into another kind of life insurance, which is the variable investment. So, aside from those two, did you make another investment?
Yes, actually, I also invested on properties or in the real estate properties in the Philippines.
What kind of properties?
Well, basically, it's just like a condominium units.
Condominium units.
Yeah.
So, yung pag-invest ba sa condo, may downside ba yan?
I think there's always a risk, of course, that's given. So, I mean, out of the two investment I made on the real estate, I think the last one was a bad one. I consider this a bad investment.
So, it means that among all those investments, meron ding hindi successful?
Of course, meron naman. Yeah.
Normal yun, di ba?
That's very
normal.
Yes.
So, pwede ba naming malaman kung ano yun?
Actually, it's a condormital project. So I'm not saying that condormital project is a bad investment. In general.
It's not the condormital business,
Yeah. So I think the problem came from the developer.
So dapat well, ano rin lang, research
Oh,
din
dapat
nila.
will research
Alam
nyo rin.
nila yung mga
Yes.
ibang factors before investing, like the
Yes.
developer. So,
Yes, you have to
doon kayo
doon
nagka-problema.
nagka-problema, and actually, well, typical naman yun pag nag-invest ka sa condominium, so you have to pay the down payment, like, which is 40%. So whether it's spot cash, or you have to pay it on monthly basis or installment basis. So actually
Was that fully paid though?
not 100% fully paid, but the down payment was paid already, which is 40% of the total contract price.
So naibalik ba lahat yung
Well,
naibayad mo?
unfortunately, hindi. So actually, what
So that is a total loss.
that is a total loss, and it's a big money, of course.
Hindi biro yun, no?
Hindi biro, of course. Pinaghirapan mo, of course.
So after all those investment at after nung unsuccessful investment mo, nadala ka na ba?
Oh, actually, hindi naman. Hindi naman.
So,
because I think if you're going to...
Nag-continue ka pa rin?
Yeah, I try to, venture on some other investment.
Ano yun?
This one is a different one. So, this is not my own, 100% my own investment. So, I made a partnership with my friend in Philippines. I think you know him as well.
Yeah, of course.
So, we opened a transportation service.
Wow, iba namang linya to.
Yeah, it's a totally different thing. So, we acquired a franchise for the UV Express. And yes, actually it's a good investment also because it's very liquid. So you have, you get cash like on a daily basis.
Kaya lang hindi ba mahirap kumuha ng kung hindi rin lang sarili mo ang magde-drive? Para bang mahirap kumuha ng trusted driver?
Mahirap. Especially if you don't drive by yourself. So because you have to find really a good driver.
Correct.
And a trusted one. So aside from, they have to remit the money to you every day, right? For the boundaries.
So it's very liquid talaga.
It's very liquid talaga, and you get the returns very quick also as well.
Which investment do you think is the easiest and the most practical one?
I think the easiest and the most practical one would be the variable investment.
Panalo ang variable investment.
Yes.
Okay, bakit?
Because it's very accessible to everybody, and if you are a lazy investor, should I say, and you don't want, or you hate, if you want to invest in a stock market and you don't want to monitor it, and you're not experienced enough
Time consuming kasi
to invest in the
stock
stocks.
market.
So I think the best option for you would be a variable investment, in the sense that they invest your money on the stock market, at the same time you are covered by your policy, by the insurance
And
policy.
for my own opinion, pareho naman kasing risky, but then ang variable investment is lesser, no? Less risky.
Yes. And it's not time consuming. You don't have to monitor it by
Kasi
yourself.
if you are investing on stock market, you have to focus. You
Yes.
have to
You have
monitor.
to understand the market as well, of
Yeah,
course.
correct.
And another thing is, like, rather than saving your money in the bank, and you get a
Correct.
very small amount of interest
interest.
every year.
Better
I think
yet.
it's better yet invest in the variable investment.
What factors do they need to consider before making an investment?
I think before making an investment, one thing you have
First,
to do is, first you have to study
Make a research.
what kind of investment that you're going to invest in.
correct.
So
Dapat full
we have
they have the full knowledge,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Number two,
Number two is ask yourself how much money you would like to invest.
okay.
So how much are you
Kailangan
going to
clear din yun,
yeah, you
no?
have to
Oo.
afford
Kasi papasok dun yung capacity.
yes. And the last
Number
number
three
three is like you have to be committed. You have to commit
Commitment,
yourself.
okay.
Yeah, it's
Because this is not a
investing.
joke, no?
Yeah, it's a long term.
Commitment.
Short term, long term commitment as well. So depending on the kind of investment that you're going to
Make.
make. Yeah.
Meron pa?
I think that's the most three
Okay.
basics.
So ulitin ko lang. Number 1 is full knowledge and full knowledge about the investment that you're going to get into.
Mhm.
Number 2 is the capacity. Are you ready? Tanungin nyo sarili nyo. Ready
Kaya
na
mo
ba kayo?
Yes,
Oo.
kaya mo.
And capable ka na ba to pay? So you have to assess your financial capability. Number 3 is the commitment. Once you enter into an investment, kailangan meron kang commitment, na committed ka. Kung hanap nyo ay trusted financial advisor, ilalagay ko sa description box below ang highly recommended naming friend.
Yes.
Kasi based on my own experience at saka sa mga friends ko din, palagay ko siya ang tanging tao na pwede niyong pagkatiwalaan, and he's very knowledgeable in this field of business. And
Yes, and I think I as I mentioned earlier, like I have several investment or several policies, and of course I got it from a different agents as well. So, but the one, our friend, that you're going to recommend is really one of the best agents,
very
financial
reliable.
advisor that I
Oo.
ever.
Marami rin akong friends na makaka-attest na talagang he's really reliable.
In fact, even my family is my sisters.
Most of my friends,
Yeah.
siya ang
Very trusted and
siya ang
very
may hawak
accessible.
ng mga investments nila.
And most thing is about, sometimes because if you when you want to pay for your policy, right? So you don't have time to do it, so you have to endorse your payments to somebody you can trust that really
Correct.
remit it to the
Pag sa pera, mahirap kasi talaga magtiwala sa
that's
iba.
a very very sensitive issue.
What advice can you give to potential investors?
My advice to potential investors is that, one, you start investing on yourself at the very
Young
early age. If you can afford to invest early, that would be better.
Why did you say so?
Why I say so, because let's say if you want to invest in variable investment, right? So when you start at the early age, you pay a lesser amount of premium.
O yan mga ka-precious gems, narinig nyo ng advice ng good friend kong si Mr. Rodney about investment. Sana maging inspirasyon nyo siya to start your own investment at a young age.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Rods.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
The fact that he has achieved numerous investments, but his greatest achievement in life is even more priceless. He was able to send his 3 siblings to college. He has now a CPA, and the youngest one is now a doctor. No doubt, he is such an inspiration in